Happy Saturday, guys. Let's do 4 pockets. I am going to use, to make these 4 pockets, these are just, actually these are very neutral, so you could make these ahead, because I'm just using coffee dyed paper and one of the background pages from the kit. Whoa. Throwing stuff on the ground. Looks like oh, okay. So these hearts are part of the ephemera that comes with the kit. I printed them out a little bit smaller. These, this is some eyelash trim. I was looking everywhere for this, and it was in my snippet jar. Remember I showed you guys my snippet jar yesterday? Well, I saw it in there, and I was like, wait a minute. And sure enough, I pulled it out, and I don't have a whole bunch of it left, but this was all in my snippet thing. Anyway, you stash stuff, you clean off your desk, and then you can't find it. So I've got 4 pieces of that. Those are about 3 inches long. I've got some rhinestone-ish bling. I think that's what it's called. What is it? What is it called? It is called diamond wrap. And this is just pieces from a doily. In fact, I'm going to cut these in half. You can use any kind of lace scraps for that. I'm just using an old, I think this is a Dollar Tree doily. And excuse me, and then I've got 4 pieces, a little bit over maybe 4.5 inches of trim. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, and I'm only using 2 pieces of paper to make these 4 pockets. I've got a piece of coffee dyed paper and one of the backgrounds, and I purposely chose the neutral because I didn't have anything else in mind for this piece, and I thought it would be perfect for this because you could pretty much do anything. So first let's make the pockets. All I'm going to do is fold this in half like this. You can cut this. I am going to tear it just to make it a little bit more grungy. Okay, then I'm going to fold this one, and now I'm lining it up on the cut corners, not the torn corner, on the straight sides, just to make sure, because I do want them to be about this, closely the same size. Excuse me. I was eating some wasabi and soy sauce almonds, and I love them, but the skin sometimes bothers me. I get that little tickle in my throat, and then it doesn't want to go away. Same thing on this one. So these are going to be the base for our pockets. Okay guys, I'm going to have to go get something to drink. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My goodness, that was not fun. But I got me some peach tea, so we're good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, so this will be, these will all be done exactly the same way. I'm going to line it up here. Okay, I don't know what my camera's doing. I hope it's recording. It's flashing something weird, and I just charged it, so I don't know. Anyway, we'll hope for the best here. I'm just going to line this up here, and then I want to fold this at the 4-inch mark. So it gives me about 1.5 inches fold that way. Actually, I should have done it on this side. If you do it on the straight side, it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you do it on the straight side, I still didn't get it straight. Let's try that one more time. slowly. There we go. Now, I folded this over. I'm going to decorate this. And what this is just going to give me a stronger pocket. That way you can use your designer papers. You don't have to do this with coffee. I'm doing it with the coffee, decorating it. It'll be a nice sturdy pocket. So let's do that again. I'm going to line it up here. And then where this 4-inch mark is. No, that's not right. 1, 2, 3. That's the 4-inch right here. Duh. Okay. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay, let's do it again. So this is on our list, the 4 pockets. I usually try to do 4 just, you know, regular size pockets. So this will take care of that. And then I have some side pockets we'll do next time. But I think in the meantime, between now and Tuesday, I'm going to go ahead and sew in the signatures so that we can start inserting our ephemera because my basket's getting full. Okay, so what do we want to do next? We want to cut our paper. Now, let me get the ink out of the way. This comes out, this piece that I want to mat is about 4 1/4 by 4. So I want my mat to be 4 by 3 3/4. And then this piece will be approximately 1 1/4 by 3 3/4, or 4, yeah, by 1 1/4. So we will take this. I'm trying to remember how I did this. I think I just cut it this way because we want 4. And yeah, that's how I did it. We want 4. Keep that because we're going to need it. Now we want 3 3/4, which mine doesn't have, but I'm guesstimating. I put little dots where I think they should be. Okay, there we go. And then this piece just happens to be the right size for the top. So we will hold on to that. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to do 3 3/4, 3 3/4, and then we have, that comes out to a little over 1 inch. Okay, and then we need that other piece. So I am going to go ahead and do this one 1 1/4 inches. Those are a little over, I think these are like 1 inch and 1/8. But this is the piece you'll have left, which is nice, not a lot of waste. And then I want to do this at 4. So there's another topper and another topper. Okay, so then I'll have this piece. I am not keeping this piece. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is just mat these. I'm going to use my Beacon 3-in-1. There is a learning curve to Beacon 3-in-1 because it has a very quick dry time, but not too bad. Just gonna stick these about 1/8 of an inch from all 4 sides, and then I'm gonna glue this piece down, and that gives us that stability. I probably didn't need to make that tall. Could have made it just so it come up about that far, but it's just extra strength. Anyway, then I want to put that other piece on top. Like so. Excuse me. Now I want to put a piece of this lace across here. I cut it a little bigger so I can trim it off. Like that. And then I'm going to trim the excess off like that. Okay. And the only other thing I need to do to this piece for the moment is the ink. So I'm just going to ink all the way around. I could have inked that the matting, but I didn't. You could if you want to. If I was doing a background page, I probably would, but it kind of blends into the background this way. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other three, and then we'll be back to finish the decorations. Okay guys, we're back. I've just put the matting on and put the lace on and inked around, and now I'm just going to put a little glue in the corner and put this piece of lace in the corners. I'm going to do a left and a right. Oops, that one didn't get enough glue. Now there's more on me. Okay. And a left and a right. And like I said, you don't have to use a doily if you don't want. You could use a scrap of paper. You could use, you know, any lace trim that you might have. Doesn't matter. Now I'm going to take these hearts, and I guess I should have inked these before, but this will take 2 seconds. Just go around the edges. That will help with hiding all my cutting errors. Don't have to cut perfect because this will hide it. I'm still using, I believe, my chocolate ink, which probably would compare to the Tim Holtz. It would probably maybe walnut stain. It's kind of a darker. I'm not sure. I've never had any of the Tim Holtz inks. I didn't have reason to buy any because I had all these. Use what you have. But it is a chocolate, dark brown, chocolatey color. Gee whiz, I can't say anything. Okay, and I think that's all that needs to be inked. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take these little 3-inch pieces of eyelash trim. Now, if you don't have eyelash trim, put a piece of cheesecloth on there if you want. But you'll notice that this has kind of a natural curl to it. So all I do is kind of wrap it around my finger like that. And then I'm going to put a circle of glue down. When it gets to the bottom, there we go. I'm just going to put a little circle of glue there, maybe like 1/2 inch dime size, and tack that down like that. And then I'm going to put the glue on the heart. Now I do, even with this, I did clip them down because it's thicker and I want it to, it'll pop back up. So I'm going to go ahead and put a clip on these to hold them down. You could put it under, sometimes I put it under the ink pads, or put it under something else, whatever works. Okay, so there again, I'm just going to put a little glue dot, or circle, not dot. It's turning into a dot. Wrap that around my finger. I guess I should make sure I'm on camera when I do that. I forget, you know, and pull everything to me so I can see it better. Let's try. Just like that. Get a couple clips. And it doesn't take very long because it the 3-in-1 dries really quick. So there's usually an end that is really curly, and that's usually where I start. With the eyelash trim going away from there. So wrap it around. You'll see sometimes it makes a almost like a starburst kind of shape. Go in a circle. Add a little bit more glue to my heart. I got strings everywhere. There we go. A couple more clips. This is how I like to work, you know, assembly line style. Still got glue on my thumb. That way I can get a lot more done in a short amount of time. Little circle. Get off me. This one don't want to stay in a circle because it's sticking to my Okay, let's try that. Take two. Now it's got glue everywhere. That's going to be ugly. Let's throw that piece away and start over. Yeah. Let me come over here and find another 3-inch piece here. There again, going with the curve helps. But you got to try and stick it down before it sticks to you. Maybe I should use my... There we go. Get my heart. I am putting a little bit more glue than I normally would just to make sure that it is going to make contact through those layers. Okay. So, and I believe this was the first one we started with, so let's go ahead and finish this one. Yeah. See, you can tell by touching it. The acetone is very cold, and get that yuckiness off. It feels almost like ice when you first glue something together. So you can tell by touching it. If it's not cold anymore, it's probably dry, or mostly dry. Let's get some of this crumbs out of the way. Okay, the bling. I have more than I need. I only needed 4, but I want to be able to cut and hold. So I'm taking off all these little end pieces and then cutting close to the plastic. Now you can cut through these little diamondish pieces, so just be careful. I have cut through them before. They'll cut right in half with the scissors. So there we go. So I've got 4 pieces and I got a little extra. Oh my word, what a mess. But that's the fun of crafting, right? We can be a kid again. Alright, so I'm going to use the Fabric Fusion for this, and it's getting a little icky on the end too, and just trying not to make a big old blob, which is sometimes easier said than done. And there we go, 1 pocket down. Okay, let's do this one. Pretty sure this was next. I'm not sure, but that's where I'm going. Okay, so I got way too much on that, I bet. But you don't want the glue to go down inside of the crochet and get lost, so you do need a little bit, but I probably put way too much on there. Let me lift some of that off with the glue removal tool, aka stylus, positioning tool. I use this thing for everything. I love it. There we go. I think we'll be okay because it's already starting to go down inside of that crochet trim. There we go. Got a little bit up there. Okay. All right. The next one. Oh, I did have 5. Okay. Let's do, there's a little air bubble or something in there. There we go. If you're patient, you won't get glue all over the place. If you're in a hurry, yeah, big mess. You end up spending all the time cleaning that you would have spent creating. So, all right. And I have one more here. This one still feels a little cool on the back, so it hasn't dried all the way through, but I think we're good. It's not lifting, so I'm going to put our bling on like so, and there we go. Now we've got, and the reason I made so many is I made 4 pockets for each journal, and I am making 2 journals, so yeah, those are fun. And I've only been in here for a little over an hour, and I've got 8 pockets done, so you know, I think that's pretty good. So I will be back on Tuesday, and like I said, I think I'm going to go ahead and sew in the pages and start getting stuff put in the book so that we can see how many more items we need. I know I need to do a couple envelopes, but I have a whole bunch of ephemera behind me that's been printed out and not cut out, so I will go ahead and cut those out too, and we'll see where we are at. That is not proper English, but you'll forgive me. So I will see you next time, guys. Have a great weekend. Bye now.